You know, I think this bait almost creates a reaction.
Oh, big one behind it. Twitch, twitch, pause. Take it on the glide, twitch, pause.
Catching some pretty nice striped bass. Welcome to Salty Cape.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Double header. There you go.
Ooh, nice.
I think mine's bigger than yours.
I think so, just a little bit.
Hey folks, Captain Mike here from Salty Cape. Here with Captain Ray Jarvis from Salt of the Earth Sport Fishing. What's the plan today? What do we got in store?
Well, we're in Upper Mount Hope Bay, and we're kind of looking for surface action. We're looking for fish up top, or at least signs of fish up top. And, you know, we're not really sure exactly what kind of bait they're on. There's pogies in the area, there's small sea herring, there's probably smaller things like silversides and whatnot. So we're really kind of ready for anything, but you know, really what I like to throw this time of year is the original 7 and 10 inch soft plastic.
You're gonna have to ask me twice. That's the original and still my favorite. So looks today we're here on scene. This is an open water situation, and the name of the game will be getting on top of these fish and making a series of drifts.
Yeah, pretty much. So, you know, once we see fish on the top, like we have some popping to our right here, we don't really want to run up to these fish full speed. We want to get close to them and pretty much set ourselves up upwind of the school. We got a little bit of a breeze today, so, you know, easily the wind's going to push us down towards these fish. Also with the other boaters in the area, we really don't want to run up on a school, you know, hot and heavy and put these fish down. The slower we approach, the more, you know, the longer they are going to stay up and kind of give everybody a chance.
Everyone wins doing that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
everybody gets a shot. So.
Oh, big one behind it. Twitch, twitch, pause. Take it on the glide, twitch, pause. Got that guy, not a very big one. That's when you want the hit, is on the pause. This guy just figured out he was hooked. Very happy with my first striped bass of the season. Here with Captain Ray Jarvis in Mount Hope Bay. A little breezy today, but we found the fish. These are decent sized fish, appear to be newly arrived, keyed in on what, I can't tell, but started with the old faithful, the Hogy Original, and it worked. I just love the simplicity of fishing with these unweighted soft baits, the Hogy Originals. We've done a swim bait hook, have the same soft bait all day. Nice, easy corner hook sets, great eats, fun fishing, light tackle. You know, it's really the way to go. Don't let this girl go.
A little bit of a better fish. He came up and blew up on it pretty good. Jumped right out of the water. But these fish are pretty feisty despite big or small. They're just full of energy. The water's still pretty cool, so. Fun little bite. Oh, Mike's on again as well. A lot of fish behind the boat up on top. Again, we're just kind of looking for those indications that the fish are coming up, and we went for a little cruise. We saw some birds interested in the surface of the water and found this little pile of actively feeding fish.
Oh, how cute. Double header. There you go.
Ooh, nice.
I think mine's bigger than yours.
I think so, just a little bit.
This is great. You know, very simple fishing with unweighted soft plastics. This is the Hogy Original. It's our #1 bait, the ground zero. You just want to make sure you take a minute to seat the hook properly in the bait. It's really going to impact the lure's action. You'll see this hook here. This is our unweighted, what we call swim bait hook. Now you can see it's basically the jig hook that we use inside our jig heads and our pro tail paddles, but it makes a superb soft bait hook when you put one of our keepers on it. And they're very easy to rig. As you see that keeper, you just screw it in the nose and park the back of the hook right in the bait. And the beauty of this is when we're done rigging, it can also be rigged so it's weedless. You're just going to screw the bait right onto the keeper. Easy as that. You can see it hanging. You just want to make sure you take a minute to seat the hook properly in the bait. It's really going to impact the lure's action. For example, if you go too far back, you're going to have a buckle in the bait. If you go too close to the nose, you're going to stretch the bait out. You just want it sitting naturally in the plastic. So I've eyeballed it here. I'm just going to hold that thought with my finger where I think the hook should exit. I'm going to push the bait through. I can feel it on my finger. I'm going to push the hook through. And as you can see, it's lined up. Now, the hook's sticking out of the back of the bait. Now, to make it weedless, you just pull the bait back and bury the point in. And see, now you have a perfectly rigged Hogy Original. So we had two different rods on board today, and they both worked fine. I had the Hogy medium action and the Hogy medium heavy action inshore rods. I prefer the stiffer action. I had more control, but otherwise they're the exact same outfit, the same reel, a 4,000 class reel. In this case, it's a Daiwa Saltus, 30-pound test braid, and the fish were finicky today. Downsized my leader to 15-pound test fluorocarbon, and you'll notice that I tied a loop knot to connect to my soft bait. I just want to have maximum flexibility with that bait, and that's going to give the lure the most action possible on heavier leaders. Is that them over there?
Those birds, yeah, that is them, for sure. I'm gonna go. Good eye.
Big high cast, so I get a good slap when it hits the water, boom. Got control of my line. And the first part of my cast, I'm just gonna skip it, create some commotion. Sometimes you catch a fish doing that. That's not the intent there. That's just so you get a little attention, and then just convert it over to your traditional soft bait retrieve. And that's where you're getting that really juicy action of that bait dancing and darting. It's all about that twitch, twitch, pause, twitch, twitch, pause, pause, twitch, pause. And again, the hits usually come on that pause. You want to pay attention. Sometimes I even just watch the line, because you can see the line come tight if you're drifting towards the boat before you actually feel the hook set. And you want to just set up on it the second that happens. Oh yeah, there we go. Right after that commotion. So what I love about that retrieve is you're getting the commotion of a plug, but still that natural action of the soft bait. I was at the furthest point of the cast pretty much.
Dude, look at these fish behind mine right now. Oh my God, they're all tanks. All right, we are doubled up, and it is early May here out on Mount Hope, catching some pretty nice striped bass.
My love for the Hogy Original still strong, and that was the ticket today. A lot of twitching, a lot of pausing, and a lot of great eats. So
it's a great lure, it's effective, and it's fun to fish. So.
Great way to kick off the season.